Presidential Parkway. It's an exciting day as we celebrate a new beginning in the ministry of this exciting work that we do called being a city, and more so a city of incredible light, illumination, understanding, unfolding the divine presence of God. As you remember, last Sunday we concluded our final service in our previous location, and we carried out a candle. A simple candle that has been used in so many different venues, opportunities, ministries, whether it be lit at an Easter Sunday service or a Good Friday, or whether it be lit at an All Saints candle or at a table of hospitality for a dinner for the hungry and the homeless. Whether it be used in some special moment at a wedding ceremony or at Christmas Eve. That candle symbolized in its used state exactly what we're all about, that the presence of God has been unfolding through us in unique and wonderful ways. We carried that light out, and this morning we begin by bringing that very same light in. Would you join with us as the board of directors carries the candle and that light signifying the presence of God from the old brought into the new, as we sing together this chorus, "Take your candle, go light your world." You'll find the words on our screen.
Good morning, City of Light.
Good morning.
Please rise as your own body and spirit, and join me as we set our intention for this morning, which you'll find on the screens. I am here with the intention to give and receive. Are you here to give?
Yes.
Are you here to receive?
Yes.
And please join the voices and instrumental praise in singing Lovely Day.
Something that I want in
that side too to make sure everyone feels right at home. Because that's our desire, that you feel the experience of this lovely day, because that's exactly what we're claiming it to be, just that. Our first act of worship is that of doing unto others, and every Sunday we begin by thinking of what we can do for those around us.
Yes.
We want to certainly acknowledge the wonderful benevolent needs of our community and our world and how we can be a blessing. So today, our Do Unto Others cans go in their entirety in the giving that you share towards the AIDS Walk. Amen. Coming up just November the 16th, and we want to be a support to this incredible work of raising funds and helping to establish what is necessary for care, concern, and those who are in special needs. So with that, we'd like our ushers to come forward and share with you the opportunity to share in giving today. And the handheld mic that Alice had.
So we want to highlight just a few announcements. We have a little mic problem. We're going to make an adjustment here real quickly. So letting you know that there's a great opportunity for you to volunteer and to be part of the in-park donations. You'll find the details in your bulletin. But if you'd like to help us out in raising funds for Atlanta Pride, here's a great opportunity. You know, every year there are Pride festivals all across the United States. So many of them charge a ticket price. Here at Atlanta, it's always been free. It's free because so many have made generous donations as they come in at the gate to Piedmont Park. Well, we've been serving and assisting, working with Atlanta Pride for years. And our congregation has been there at the gates helping to collect the funds for the Pride Festival, for the activities. And out of their gratitude for everything that we do for them, they're going to share a portion of all that we collect to go back to City of Light. So what an amazing way, not only to help out Atlanta Pride, but to help out City of Light. So if you would like to be one of our great volunteers that are collecting in 2-hour shifts, please see Nanu Rivera today, or sign up in what is called Friendship Commons, the area where you find and the sofas, the restrooms. It's referred to as Friendship Commons, and that's where we're going to make great friends. So find your place there where you can sign up for these activities. We also want to let you know that in your bulletin are more information about our various classes that we're offering, and that we're looking forward to those who are interested in serving on the board of directors. Details are listed there within your bulletin. And we appreciate that. You'll also find a listing of all the different terms or names of rooms. So if someone's saying, I'll meet you at Unity Hall, where is that? Or we moved to a class at Emerson Hall, where is that? Where's the Dr. Angelo Pizzello Library, where you might pick up a book? Where is that? Where's Perry Hall? Where is Reed Christensen Chapel? All of those terms and names for our locations are within our facility are listed in your bulletin. We encourage you to read through and get familiar with our facility. Today, following the service, we're going to invite you to walk around. If you have questions, we'd love to have you get more acquainted with the building and feel so comfortable with the new facilities and make sure that you feel as at home as possible. If you're visiting with us today, we're glad that you chose to be with us here at City of Light for this historic occasion as we begin our first service. And our ushers have a welcome packet for you that will tell you a little bit more about the ministry, the vision and direction of this exciting program. So if you're a guest with us today, would you do a favor and just give us a wave? We'd like to offer this gift to you and say thank you for being with us today. If you take a moment to fill out that form on the front of this packet and present it at the Welcome Center right there at the front door, then we have another gift for you as our way of saying thank you so much for being with us today at City of Light. At this time, let's open our hearts as we turn to the reading of the Daily Word, an inspirational guide for our lives, and we're encouraging everyone to experience this devotional as a tool for your spiritual practice. So you'll find the reading in the center of your bulletin, marked for the Daily Word if you'd like to follow along. And let's open our hearts to this inspiration.
Daily word for today is about compassion. I am a conduit of divine love and compassion. As I give, so I receive. By choosing to help a fellow traveler on the road of life, I make a difference for them as well as for myself. I become a conduit of God's God's love. I may recall a time when another person saw my pain or dilemma and reached out. A parent, friend, teacher, coach, or even a stranger stepped forward to help me. As I think back on those times, I realize that in some way, they changed my life for the better. I too can be that conduit of divine love and compassion. Today, I open my awareness to another whose life could be made better through my kindness, my compassion. The power of a simple act of caring never ceases to amaze me. I make a positive difference as I demonstrate the love of God. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Mark 12:31.
Today we also have an additional.
Guys, okay, there we go. Today we also have an additional new feature, is that at the close of our service, we will offer communion in the Reed Christensen Chapel over here on this side, for those who would like it. We understand that over the years, there's some people who their traditions have been, we would love to partake in this feast of love for all people. Maybe once a Sunday, once a quarter, or once every 6 weeks has been your tradition. Others, it's a tradition where you partake of it every Sunday. Some would say, I'm really got to run to work and I don't want to be disruptive and walk out at the end of the service. Time is of the essence for me, and we're trying to accommodate everyone in their views and their particular traditions. So for those who would like it, it's going to be served in the Reed Christensen Chapel. For those, if that's not your tradition or what you would appreciate or value at this moment or for this time, you're welcome to join for coffee in the Friendship Commons. So we'll guide you through that at the close of our service. And just note that it's listed, and if you follow the order of service on the front cover of your bulletin today. So with that, let's welcome one another with words of grace, peace, and love. Please rise as you're able, and let us give those wonderful handshakes and love, and welcome everyone to the new space. Welcome together as the blood
God provide. chapter 1, verse 1, taken from a contemporary translation of the scriptures. I invite you to join now in today's responsive reading found on the screens on the back of today's bulletin. Let us together hear the ancient instruction in truth, and let it become today's instruction for successful living. In the beginning, God created. Let us apply this lesson to our lives as together we affirm. Today I'm experiencing the creative power of the divine in my life. May the truth of these scriptures and the power of this affirmation shine forth in our lives. And so it is.
I just want to take a moment before I sing and dedicate this song to two very important people to me, Anna and Anissa. I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I knew the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. Oh, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes the silence can seem so loud. There are miracles in life I must achieve. I know it starts right here inside of me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. Oh, I believe I can fly. Touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door.
In our meditation this morning, we want to close our eyes and shut out all visual distractions and focus on our breath. As you breathe in, cherish the air that expands in your lungs and travels throughout your body, sustaining your life. And as you exhale, know that you are releasing all that would distract you from communing with the divine. Take another breath in and savor the fullness of life at the center of your being, for it is God. And as you exhale, know that you are releasing everything that is unlike the goodness that is God. And this we know, God is infinite mind, having no beginning nor ending. Nothing exists outside of God. As sons and daughters in oneness with the divine, we are perfect expressions of this infinite mind. I know that the instantaneous action of mind produces immediate demonstrations in my experience. No longer do I wait for my good. No longer do I hope, trust, and expect. I am now established in instant results. God is with me, around me, within me, and operating as me. God is where I am. The action of God is taking place right now in my affairs. What needs to be done is already done, for infinite mind sees the end from the beginning. Cause and effect are one action. Prayer and demonstration are one unit. There is no longer a beginning and an end, a treatment and a healing. In my consciousness, in my awareness, there is only the complete understanding that at this moment, all is accomplished, and I already have what I formerly thought I needed to have. I know that the flow of goodness from God is no respecter of persons. And just as City of Light moves from one amazing blessing to the next, I know that I too, in my own personal life, move from amazing to amazing to amazing. God's goodness is here for me. It never stops flowing. I can have as much as I am willing to receive. I claim my good as an actual fact now, not tomorrow, but today. Not in an hour, but at this very moment. The world cannot limit me. Man cannot inhibit me, because God is for me. God and God alone is in action through me, and I have all that I can use of God's intelligence and love. Within me, perfection is, for only from perfection can there be perfection. Around me, perfection has appeared. Duality has been dissipated, and unity has been established. I thank God for this and act upon this premise. All that is good is mine, and all that is true is mine right now. My friends and loved ones are perfect spiritual beings now. It is all here, and it is all mine. Every right desire has already been prepared for me, as Spirit knows what I have need of and what I desire before the thought is formed in my heart. All that I can imagine is available to me now, as much as I am open to receive. It is up to me to allow. With gratitude, I release my words out to law, knowing they do not return to me void. For the universe eagerly awaits. It is ever ready to manifest that which I speak from my heart. And together we declare, and so it is. Amen. Please rise now as you are able in body and in spirit, and join the voices and instruments of praise in singing the Lord's Prayer.
Wow. What a beginning. Amen? How about a beginning there? There we go. All right. What a wonderful beginning. Look around. Isn't this quite something? You have some wonderful elements that have been woven into the design for specific reasons. All of these, the stone wall, symbolizes that very solid rock that our foundations of our faith are built on. And symbolizing that it was by faith and the faith of each and every one of you that we've come this far. The power of your believing, the optimism of your heart and life, and you're willing to step out and to trust. The beautiful candles that are suspended from the ceiling are symbolic that we truly are a light, and each one of us is shining to bring light to a pathway. There'll be even more of these candle lights on the walls in the weeks ahead. There are all these different metaphors woven into this room and into this building for a specific reason, that we might always see and know and live out that which we believe and that which we're called to be and to do. So as you look around, there's an intention to everything that we've designed in the facility. We've been designed to make this more intimate. I love it. You're not so far away from me. So those who like the back row, I can come up real close to you. I like that. And sometimes I can come over here and chat with you, and then I'll get back to you. And then I go over here and chat with those over there. You see, I got options too. How wonderful it is to experience this design, and even more so to look out and know that we're in the presence of all of God's creation around us. In this beautiful ravine, there are deer. We're waiting for them to come and join us on a Sunday morning. Beautiful birds. It's a beautiful bird sanctuary. You may notice all kinds of different aspects of nature, and we're going to enjoy the unfolding of the different seasons. It's all inviting us to understand that we are in the midst of this all that God has created. Not shut away in some cathedral or sanctuary that might be so removed from all the elements of the world that we live in, but called to be a light in the world that we live in,
and viewing and being aware of it all around us. This is a beautiful facility because of that wonderful intention that people put together of heart, soul, mind. Along with it, there are 3 floors. All 3 floors are ours. Isn't that amazing? We got no place to go but up because there's no basement. So we're going on up in so many different ways because there's exciting opportunities for us. Currently, we have some exciting collaborative partners in ministry that are joining us and moving in our residence here at City of Light. We're so delighted to have Glenna Emery with us, and her wonderful program does some amazing healing work. Her Counseling Compassion is one of the many collaborative partners that have joined with us, having offices. Reverend Dr. Kathy Martin and Reverend John Karn, celebrating their ministries as well in this facility. It is truly the vision of unfolding a city of light, a city that comes together with excitement and enthusiasm, a city with all the humming and life that really creates a community. We're delighted to have the Hotlanta Squares with us, who've been with us for 15 years in square dancing as part of our community center program. You see, the facility is a 7-day-a-week facility. So many churches, they have a Sunday morning thing, shut it down, lock the door, see you next Sunday. There's not a lot of activity going on in the facility because it's only designed for that morning worship experience. But we've designed this to be a 24/7 facility that really is in capturing the whole spirit of desire for those who are seeking illumination, seeking greater understanding in their spiritual journeys. It is truly a healing place. It's a place of love and compassion. And on our 3rd floor, we're opening up an expanded food bank program and compassion ministries. Already this past week, we've met with 3 outside programs that want to partner with us in here in expanding our work. Our beautiful kitchen that's over on this side has a doorway that's right out to the loading dock to load up our beautiful ministry bus, Yvette. We call her Yvette, named after Yvette, who founded our food and homeless ministries, feeding the hungry and the homeless. The bus will load up and carry food out to homeless communities across the city of Atlanta. And those collaborative partners that are working with us say, 1 bus? Oh, I like your thinking. 2? Maybe 3 buses? What's our future? We don't know, but we just know that we're open to the unfolding of the goodness of God as we begin to see, wow, what have we created together? Isn't this amazing? It's been your faith. It's been your dreams. It's been your support, your encouragement that has brought us to this wonderful moment. And we have to celebrate this together. Would you give yourself a round of applause? Because you see, in fact, you spoke. You spoke this into existence. You did. Back in November of 2014, our congregation voted to rename itself City of Light. You spoke it into existence. You spoke proclaiming this vision that one day we might be that city. It's already happening as that elevator goes up and down with a bing, bing, landing on different floors and people coming and going and all kinds of opportunities happening. And this is just the beginning. It feels like a city. It has the rhythm and the hum of life and activity and ministry, and where people are coming together to express everything from the desire for healing and wholeness in other people's lives and to facilitate that. Life coaches and counselors are here present in this building. Along with it, we've got all kinds of vision for what is yet to come. As little by little people are feeling on the 2nd floor, there are 12 collaborative partners who are working with City of Light, who have offices already. And on the 3rd floor, we already have welcomed a wonderful job opportunity program that is offering employment for people. We're excited to collaborate even more so with them, that for those who need jobs, there will be jobs right here. You'll come on in and you can get employment to help you. We're just seeing this as amazing healing, wholeness center. And you spoke it into existence. You really created this beginning. We have to look at this end product, and as we do, we have to remember that every ending had a beginning. Somewhere there was a beginning. And what was that beginning is when you claimed that name, when you claimed this vision, when you began to speak it. And every time you began to call, oh, we're from City of Light, you echoed that vision. And I love you all wearing the City of Light t-shirts today, really proclaiming the vision of who and what we are. Now, it's been a busy week, and we're just barely moved in. Thursday, the moving vans unloaded everything. So closets are a mess, and you know how it is when boxes arrive and you haven't had a chance to truly unpack. So please don't snoop in closets. Just kidding. You'll see all the mess. But we wanted to do the very best we could to get in for our very first service and to be here in a timely fashion for this moment. So when Chris Corso, our minister of music, asked me, what are you going to preach on? Well, it was Saturday night, and I was at a table with Linda Hertzer and Chris and several others, and I said, well, I tell you what, it's going to be the Bible. You know, and I say, I'll start with there, and we may start at Genesis and go all the way to Revelation. Oh, get ready for a long sermon. Just kidding, but I want to begin in Genesis, where that very first passage of the book of Genesis of the Scriptures unfolds for us this wonderful truth. In the beginning, God created. You see, every beginning, every ending has to have a beginning. And every ending somewhere started out with some moment, some beginning that was a creative force. And in the subject of this beginning, we understand that the creative work that starts with this beautiful concept of an idea expressed or something spoken. You see, God took this wonderful energy, this wonderful intellect that is all of God that we describe. You know, we have so much of a challenge to describe the vastness and infinite possibilities that we call God. Sometimes the word G-O-D, God, is not even sufficient. We have a hard time wrapping our thoughts around the mysteries of God, the unfolding goodness, the infinite possibilities. We're trying to say, what is this? And we use words like divine, and we use this infinite intelligence, and we try to describe God as great wisdom. And of course, the ancients have said God is light, illumination, and truth for our lives. You see, all these wonderful words. So in the beginning, this wonderful truth, this wonderful intellect, paused, you might say, for a moment, contemplated itself, thought, this is what it is. A creative power and a creative energy began to work at an expressed idea. Because you know what? Everything begins with an idea, doesn't it? You know? Someone had an idea for this building. Someone had an idea, and it started from that place to move on, and it became an expressed thing, expressed in word. And I love how John chapter 1 in the New Testament echoes the Old Testament with a beautiful truth that it says this, that in the beginning was the Word spoken, and the Word was with God. The Word was this wonderful intelligence, wisdom, insight, and light. And the Word became a reality, became flesh. How beautiful it is we see that is this created expression, contemplated, thought that is now expressed. It creates. And when we think and express the idea, we become creative people that we too live out this very essence of the divine in our lives. We become people who are expressing or speaking the creative language. How many of you studied languages over the years? How many of you speak a foreign language? French, Spanish, German, Swahili? Sign language, I love that, yes. Crystal Sanders speaks it all the time, every Sunday, offering us in sign language. You see, there's another language we'd like to learn, and that's the creative word. The language that we would speak on a daily basis of being creative with our very expressions in ways that bring about something powerful into existence. For as God spoke, it was created. And as you speak it into existence. You too speak that creative word. Do you ever speak something into existence? Oh, yes, you do. You know you do. How about the times when you say, I'm going to be late? Yeah, and you are, aren't you? You just spoke it into existence. How about you say, I'll never get this? And do you ever get it? No. Because you spoke it into existence. How about, this is going to be a mess? Yep. You know that we often speak and create that which we really don't want. So how about creating what we do want? How about speaking the creative language, speaking forth and proclaiming that which we really dream, vision, and desire for our lives? And let our language be so caught up in the optimism, the positive, the faith, and the believing for everything you've reached for, wanted for, and desired to happen within your life, your highest and your best. Now, we've spoken some creative word today. Hey, didn't you love heaven singing Lovely Day? Right? I think her name is Heaven, yes, we're not kidding. It is heaven. And her voice is heaven. And she proclaimed for us what? Lovely day, lovely day. The voices of praise were singing lovely day, echoing back. Yes, what are we saying? Today's a lovely day. Anybody having a bummer day? No, because we proclaimed it's a lovely day, right? We've already set our intention, knowing exactly that today is an amazing, lovely day. How about it when they're going to sing a song called Thrive in a little bit? How about I Can Believe I Can Fly? I'm telling you, I get a little emotional because I think we believe we can fly.
Yes.
We stepped out, didn't we? We can. We can. We can. How amazing this is to think that our community, we came in and we can fly. We flew right way to the bank and put down a check and bought this building with cash. Now that's called flying. Amen? We've done some wonderful proclamations within our hearts and our lives as we begin to claim exactly this creative language. And we speak it. And here's how we can get a clear understanding of how to speak it on an everyday basis. First thing, in learning creative language, to speak that word, is that you must first contemplate who you are. Yeah, that's right. For in Genesis chapter 1, it is the divine taking a moment of, shall we say, self-realization. Sounds a little heavy, but do you ever take a moment to really stop and think about who you are and have some realization of who you are? For the very creative work of the universe is found in that thought, that self-realization, that this is what it is. Think about it. Who are you? I'm going to say this. What is it that you is? Can I say that? What is it that you is? Because I hope you'll remember it if I use a little poor grammar. Because quite often we forget to contemplate and think about who we are. But what is it that you is? Well, I hope you'll remember because, wait a minute, that preacher's got some kind of crazy language, but I'm trying to evoke you into a remembrance of saying, what is it that you is? What is it that you are? What is it that has made you who you are? How many of you saw the movie The Help? It was out several years ago. I love that film. Powerful moment for me is when the maid, an African-American maid, turns to this little girl. This little white girl that she'd been taking care of as a nanny and maid. And this little girl living in an oppressive home where the mother has been sort of faulting the child for every little thing and blaming the child. And the maid, in her departure moments, kneels down to the little girl and says, I want you to know this. You is kind. You is smart. You is important. So, what is it that you is? You've got to awaken to that. And what it is that you is that you're a divine expression. The divine expression of the good and the God, all the blessing. You were created in the image and the likeness of God. Now, that's a hard thing for us to grasp. And I deal with it week after week with people who constantly need to have a reminder that, did you forget? You're in the likeness and the image of God. The divine is within you. And you've been beaten down over and over and you've forgotten the good that's within you. So when we acknowledge first from the very beginning, it becomes something that we can form our creative language. We begin to understand very clearly and we begin to speak, I know who I is. I is smart. I is important, I is kind, even more so, I am the divine. And we add that to the listing and we know and we move and we think from that perspective, we begin now to change our very basis of our thinking. Our thought process changes. Our language will change. Because it truly is all about thinking, contemplating, meditating, considering. Something we don't often do. embrace this. For what you focus on, you become.
Yes.
Ooh, could you imagine if you focused on, I'm the revelation of God today, and that's my purpose, that's my calling, that's what I'm supposed to do. And then the more you focused on it, the more you become it, and the more the actual revelation of that which you proclaimed is now lived out. Wow, can you imagine the life-changing and transformation power we'll have in our lives when we remember, when we focus on it, when we reflect, when we contemplate. Because what happens then is we uncover something. We uncover our divinity, your goodness. You're innately good. And I know the world wants to tell you you're innately bad. But all of the divine, all of the scriptures, all of the truth, all of the infinite wisdom of the ages is speaking to us over and over again, telling us constantly that you are the divinity, that there's something that needs to be uncovered then. And we uncover this latent understanding, shall we say, within our own consciousness, this latent presence of the divine in our own soul that has been there in the very center of our being all along. And we shed that which does not belong in the kingdom of God.
Yes.
Let me tell you this, well, things will just kind of shed right off your life. They're going to fall right off you. They're going to drop right off you when you awaken to who you really are, that divinity within you. Because sometimes then all those hurts, those pains you've been carrying around, you realize, wait a minute, I'm the divine. And what someone says I don't take personally because it's about them, not about me.
Yes.
And it begins to fall away. There's insecurities that say, well, wait a minute, I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't do this. I don't know if I'm really capable. I don't know if I've got the skills. And I'm a little bit frightened and I'm feeling insecure. Then you awaken and realize, wow, the divinity of God is within me. I have that power, that presence. Those fears about what may happen, they drop. Everything sheds, it falls away. And when we get it in this wonderful way, we understand that the Spirit within me is God. That the Spirit is perfect. And because the Spirit is perfect, my knowledge of the Spirit destroys every doubt. When you awaken it, when you realize it, bam, gone. Because I know who I am. I contemplate, I know that this divine guidance is there and it's now governing every activity of my life. Wow. Every activity, everything you're doing is now being governed. And it's so good when we get this because we do not have to lack wisdom in this whole spiritual process either. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't know if I'm smart enough, but you know what? You are a whole lot smarter. You is smart. You is smart. Because you know what it is? It's the divine power and presence within you. I love this. Jesus said, I must go away to awaken the Spirit. The master teacher who Jesus is said, I've got to leave because you know what? You're too focused on me in the physical realm here. But I want you to awaken to the Spirit within you. So as I leave, I want you to understand that you're going to awaken to something amazing within you that is offering a wisdom, a guidance for you. It's that inner knowing in your life. You'll receive a comforter, a presence, and it says that will bring all things to your remembrance. Ooh, I like that. All things to my remembrance. All things. So when I'm struggling with goodness, when I'm struggling with patience, when I'm struggling with mercy, when I'm struggling with forgiveness, when I'm struggling with how to learn to love, oh, wait a minute. The Spirit is bringing all things to my remembrance. I know how to do this. I know how to love. It will remind you of everything, Jesus said, that I have taught you. And how beautiful it is that we're awakened to the echoing down through the ages of the very teaching of truth that has come through so many great spiritual leaders and echoed over and over again, and we begin to be reminded, wait a minute, oh, that's right, do unto others as you'd have them do unto me. Love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, that's right. I remember I can do all things through God, which is overcoming that which is seeming impossible. I know this very truth that God will make a way when there seems to be no way. You see how beautiful it is that when we contemplate, when we remember who we are, that's the beginning. Our language changes. We have this wonderful opportunity then, secondly, to understand that when we speak the creative word, one of the things you do is you allow, you admit, you acknowledge, you concede. That's what it is. Not only to speak it, but to allow it. Do you know that when in the creative power of the divine, in this beautiful Hebrew passage from Genesis 1, it says, God said, or God created and said, let there be light. Let there be. Wow. Pretty allowing, isn't it, when you say, yeah, let it be. I give permission. Let it be. The light was there. Let it be. But we've got to give the permission. We've got to have the spirit of allowing. Now, if we know that we are the children of God, this children of light, the next step is to allow this awareness then to take over our everyday thought. To allow it. Give it permission. Let there be. That might be the most important thing that we would say when we wake up in the morning. Let there be. Let there be. Let there be light. Let there be love. Let there be grace. Let there be forgiveness. But I'm allowing it. I'm allowing it to be, to unfold. I give permission for it. Because too often we're the roadblock. We're the handicap. We're the barrier in our thinking for the unfolding of all the good that God wants to bring to our lives. How about it for the next 21 days? Would you do me a favor? Wake up every morning. Maybe put a little note by your alarm clock, your bathroom mirror. I'm going to say, let there be. I'm going to allow all the goodness, the light and love of God to unfold in my life. I'm going to allow this wisdom and insight to be mine. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to give the go-ahead to the divine. You know, that's really what it's all about, because we're the ones, we're holding back, constantly. We're going to give the go-ahead. No, move forward, allow, unfold, just make it happen. I know it's there, it's unfolding in my life. It's all right, that's the way I give the green light to the divine within my life. You know, we got to this place not by fighting and kicking. A lot of people think, you know, the only way you get ahead in the world is you got to fight. You got to kick. You know, you got to do something. But let me tell you this, the real way that you get ahead in the world is simply allowing the divine.
Oh, yes.
Allow. Give permission. And you will move. Justice, equality moves forward when you allow. Peace, happiness, and joy move forward in your life and unfold when you allow. Your prosperity and your blessings come to you when you simply allow and you give permission for the goodness of life to come on board. That's right. Come on board the ship of your life. Come on board. I want to awaken it to this wonderful truth that all this is welcome to come in because I give permission and I allow. That changes the way we talk. And we speak now this creative language. And last, when we allow, let me tell you this, it's so natural for things to manifest in your life. That's right. How beautiful it is when we understand that to manifest means to make clear or evident to the eye or the understanding. It is our spiritual nature, that is to say, it's simply natural for great things to happen in our lives. It's natural. But we think, oh, we got to fight, we got to force, we struggle with it. It seems like it's the unnatural thing. We got to plead and beg for the goodness of God, and we call it a miracle, as if it only happens once in a lifetime. And we create this kind of concept and we forget to understand that it's simply very natural for great things to happen because there are no closed minds, no closed doors in this thinking, no barriers of fear, no walls of doubt when we say that we know because we've contemplated who we are and that we allow and we've opened the doors. Then there's nothing but revelation. Oh, there it is. I said Genesis to Revelation, the whole Bible. Here's your revelation. Here it is, for in the book of Revelation, it's what it's all about, is that it's the revealing of the divine. The whole book of Revelation is about the truth that in the end, goodness wins.
Yes.
Now, we get caught up in all the literalisms and we miss the symbols of the mark of the beast and the 7 horns and the 10 heads and the Antichrist and the tribulation, and people get caught up in all the drama and love the drama and miss the whole point.
Yes.
You know what? We get stuck here, but wait a minute, there's something beautiful out there. Oh no, let's stay and focus and let's analyze and let's find out who's the Antichrist and who's this and who's that and try to tear it apart. And we're missing the whole message that was full of metaphor and symbolism for our life to say, in the end, goodness wins. In fact, the whole story comes up with it. In the end, there is a new heaven and a new earth. A new awakening in our life, a new dawning. It manifests, that's right. For in the beginning, God created. In the last book, the book of Revelation, is telling us in the very end, goodness wins. All that God created unfolds in beautiful ways of nothing but goodness for our lives. And let me tell you this, here's the revelation. It happens every day. Goodness happens every day. So when we know how to speak this creative language, this is how we know that we can really create beginnings. In the beginning, God spoke, expressed thought, creatively brought about this wonderful world of let there be. So today, what's your beginning? What's your beginning? What will you think? What will you contemplate on? What will you allow? What will you say that reveals your highest and best? Because it's time to write the story of your life. We've been writing the story of this collective congregation and expressing we are a city on a hill, and we sing that song that says, we gotta, what? Let it shine, right? We speak it over and we write our story. So what's your individual story? What have you contemplated and understood clearly in your mind? And what will you allow this week and every day of the journey of your life? And how will you reveal the very truth that you hold dear in your life, that you say, this is my spiritual journey? But what will you reveal that unfolds your highest and best? Because it's time to write a story. To write a story with a powerful, amazing, thrilling, joyous, happy ending. That's right. Because you know the whole story of the divine, the unfolding of truth, is in the end, goodness wins. So write your story. It begins with you. And I invite you now to travel the journey of speaking the creative word, the creative language that is ever unfolding. This I believe. This I know. This I hold dear to my heart. This I speak now. This I claim. This is mine. Amen.
Let's show some love for our minister, Pastor Paul, for that beautiful sermon. We also like to thank the voices and praises. We would like to thank our choir and our visiting music. Voices and instruments of praise. We have come to the part of our service where it is time to give a portion back of all your blessings that the Lord has given to us. And there are three ways that you can give your tithes and offerings. One is on the website. You just go to the website and hit the donation button. Behind the chairs there are church envelopes, and you can go use our PayPal that we have in the church. Please follow me as we say the affirmation of abundance. I know and love the God of abundance. This abundant God is my infinite source and the river of life. This river never stops flowing. It flows through me even now. I am acknowledging that good comes to me through unexpected avenues, and that God is working in infinite ways to bless me. I give freely and fearlessly, knowing that as I give, blessings come back to me in expected and unexpected ways. I know that God provides for me in wondrous ways. I am grateful, and so it is. Amen. Please come forward.
Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable. Anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable. Anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable. Anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable. Anything is possible. Just to know you and to make you know, we lift your name on high. Shine like the sun, make darkness run and hide. We know we were made for so much more than ordinary lives. It's time for us to more than just survive. We were made to fly. We were made to
Amen. Isn't that the truth? We're made to thrive. Would you join with me now in this affirmation and expression of gratitude you'll find on the screens as we express our joy and appreciation for the generosity expressed by each one. Now with gratitude, we dedicate and consecrate these gifts of love to the will, the way, and the work of God. Amen. Today, as we conclude our service, knowing that there will be a feast of love celebrated in Reed Christian Hall for those who desire it, we walk from this place knowing this beautiful creative word we've spoken. It's a lovely day. It truly is in the presence of the divine. We've spoken to say that it is gorgeous to know that we can fly, as was sung. How thrilling to know that we're not called just to survive, but to thrive. We've spoke it. Now we're invited to contemplate it, think, hold it in thought. Let it nurture and strengthen us. Focus on it, let it become. And then allow, just let it be. Let there be, let there be, let there be. And as you do, you know that you will be the revelation. This is our journey today as we go from this place. Would you join with me now in this closing thought? Bow your heads and find this posture of complete awareness that is comfortable for you as we claim this now as our journey goes into the world to be that light. And this we know to be our truth, that the divine presence is ever leading and guiding and making the way for us. We know that this divine presence that radiates from within now flows without, for it comes deep within in a source of knowing. We think, we contemplate, we accept, and we allow as we go from this place. We know without a doubt we are the revelations. We are revealing all the divine in the presence. For we are truly called to be a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. A city that shines. A community that is truly there to show the truth, the way, the life, and the illumination that God spoke for our lives. We thank one another. We thank the expressions of the divine within, and we're so grateful for this experience as we go now into this world. And we release this as our truth as we say together, and so it is. Please rise and join with me in this closing thought. We are a city. We are